So now we will do some more questions which are just higher order thinking questions, and mostly these type of questions are asked in examination also related to AP. So we are starting now. Question number 1 is find the middle term of the AP 213, 205, 197, etc. 37. It was asked to find the middle term of the AP. So if we have to find out the middle term, we should know how many terms are there in the AP. So first what we will do, we will find out how many terms are there in the AP. How many terms means how many numbers are there. How many numbers means we have to find out the value of n. So first term of the AP is 213. And common difference 205 minus 213. So 13 minus 5 is 8. So common difference, it will be negative. 205 minus 213. 13 minus 5 is 8. So our common difference will be negative there. D is equal to minus 8 and we have AN is equal to 37. Formula is A plus n minus 1 into D is equal to 37. Now substitute the value. A is 213 plus n minus 1 into minus 8 is equal to 37. If you want to do it from here, you can do it from here. Okay, so I am doing it from here only. 213 minus 8 into n will be equal to minus 8n. Minus 8 into minus 1 will be equal to plus 8 is equal to 37. Now 213 and 8 I am adding, so it will be equal to 8 plus 3, 11, carry over 1, 1 plus 1 will be equal to 2. So 221 minus 8n is equal to 37. Now what we can do, 8n we can shift to right hand side and 37 I am shifting to left hand side. So it will be equal to 221 minus 37 is equal to 8n. Do the subtraction here. 11 minus 7 will be equal to 4. Now it will be equal to 1 there. So 11 minus 3 is 8. 184 is equal to 8n. It's correct only. 11 minus 7 is 4. Here it will 11 minus 3 8. 184. So now n will be equal to 184 divided by 8. So directly I am dividing it by 8. 8 2s are 16. So 8 minus 6 2. 24 will come. 8 3s are 24. So we are getting here n is equal to 23. We have to find out the middle term of the AP and we got total how many numbers are there? N is equal to 23. Now just revising the concept there. Middle term means the concept of median we have to use there. Here we are getting total 23 numbers are there. We are getting n is equal to 23 which is odd. So if odd numbers are there, then only one middle term will be there. Now how to calculate that middle term? I am writing the formula here. Middle term is equal to n plus 1 by 2th term. If number of terms is odd, then we will have only one middle term. And that middle term we will calculate using n plus 1 by 2th term. Now substitute the value 23 plus 1 by 2th term. 23 plus 1 will be equal to 24 by 2. So that will be equal to 12th term. So which term will be the middle term? 12th term. Here it is not over. We have to find out what will be that 12th term. So now we have to find out the 12th term of the AP. So according to the formula it will be equal to A plus 11D. Now substitute the value. In place of A we have 213 plus 11 into our D was equal to I think minus 8. Correct only? D is equal to minus 8 only? Yes. Now simplify it. So it will be equal to 213 minus 88. Now do the subtraction there. 13 minus 8 will be equal to 5. Here it will be equal to 0. So 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. 125. So 12th term will be equal to, that is the middle term, and middle term is equal to 125. So to calculate the middle term, we used the concept of median, which we studied in 9th class. If number of terms is odd, then only one middle term will be there, and that middle term we calculated by the formula n plus 1 by 2th term. One more question we can do of that type. Write down question number 2. Question number 2 is again find the middle term of the AP 3, 8, 13, etc. 248. So again, to calculate the middle term, first what we want? Total how many terms are there? A is equal to 3. D is equal to 8 minus 3. 5, and we have an is equal to 248. Now directly I am substituting the value an. Formula is a, that is 3, plus n minus 1 into d, 5 is equal to 248 is given. So 3 plus 5n minus 5 is equal to 248. 3 minus 5 will be equal to minus 2. Plus 5n is equal to 248. Minus 2 shifting to right hand side. So 5n is equal to 248 plus 2. So that will be equal to 250. So we will get n is equal to 250 divided by 5. So that will be equal to 50. So what we are getting here? We are getting n is equal to 50, which is even. So if even numbers are there, suppose I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4. If even numbers are there, then how many middle terms we have? We have 2 middle terms there. So here also we will have 2 middle terms, and we will check what will be the 2 middle terms. For that, formula is middle terms is equal to, first middle term will be equal to n by 2th term. And second one will be equal to n by 2 plus 1th term. So n by 2 means n is equal to 50. So 50 by 2. So that will be equal to 25th term. And next one will be equal to n by 2 is 25 plus 1. 26th term. If number of terms is even, then we have 2 middle terms. And that 2 middle terms are 25th term and 26th term. Now we have to calculate what will be the 25 and 26th term. Only one term we can calculate, and then we can add it by the common difference there. So I am calculating A25. According to the formula, it will be equal to, yes, A plus 24D. Now substitute the value. Our A was equal to 3. Plus 24 into common difference was equal to 5. So 3 plus 24 into 5, we are doing multiplication. So 5 4s are 20, carry over 2, 5 2s are 10, plus 2, 12. So we are getting 123 as 25th term. So 26th term, directly you can write by adding the common difference. What was the common difference? 5. So 26th term will be equal to 123 plus 5. So that will be equal to 128. If you don't want this one, directly you can write down using the formula also. A26 is equal to A plus 25D. Then also same answer only will come. Now the method is clear. So we discussed 2 types of question. First, in which number of terms was odd, and in the second one when number of terms is even. So moving on to the third question. Third question is, which term of the AP 121, 117, 113, etc. is the first negative term? which term is the first negative term. As you can check, the numbers are decreasing. So it will go on decreasing and some term will be negative there. So which term will be negative, that we have to find out there. So here also we'll write let nth term is negative. Let nth term is negative. What do you mean by negative? When we are saying a number is negative, can we say 2 is negative? No. Why I am saying 2 is not negative? Because 2 is greater than 0. So whenever any number is negative, minus 1 is negative. Negative we are saying because minus sign is there? No. The correct is negative we are saying because its value is less than 0. If our value is coming less than 0, then only we are saying the number is negative. Because in the number line also we are writing in this way only. This is 0, 1. So on the right hand side of 0, all numbers are positive. And in the left hand side, all numbers are negative. 0 is in the middle there. So if a number is less than 0, then only we will say the number is negative. What we took here, nth term is negative. So our nth term should be less than 0. Clear? Okay. Now again we'll substitute the values. Formula is a plus n minus 1 into d is less than 0. What is our first term here? 121 plus n minus 1 into, in place of d, common difference, 117 minus 121. So 11 minus 7, 4, negative 4. Minus 4 less than 0. So 121 minus 4n, minus into minus, plus 4 less than 0. 121 plus 4 we can add. So it will be equal to 125 minus 4n less than 0. Now what we should do? We'll shift this minus 4n to right hand side. Sign will not change there. 125 less than 4n. Or what we can write? 4n is greater than 125. 4n greater than 125. So n is greater than 125 by 4. So if the nth term is negative, its value should be greater than 125 by 4. But we know value of n is the number of terms. It will not come in fraction. How we should know which value? Greater than 125 by 4. So many numbers are there. So what we will do? We'll convert into mixed fraction. 125 by 4. 4 3s are 12. It will get cancelled. 5. 4 1s are 4. So how we are writing in mixed fraction? N is greater than 31 1 by 4. So what is the meaning? N is greater than 31 point something. Greater than 31 point something. So greater than 31 and n, we know it should be an integer only. So there are so many numbers which are greater than 31 and 1 by 4. 32, 33, 34, in this way. So many numbers are there. So these all terms will be negative. But the first term which is negative, that is 32nd term. We wrote n is greater than 31 1 by 4. And after 31 1 by 4, the first number which is an integer, that is 32. So we will write here 32nd term will be negative. As you know, the common difference is negative. So if we keep on increasing the terms, at one time you will get a negative number and that term will be equal to 32nd term. Hope this method is clear to you. Okay. So we'll move to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4 is nth term of an AP is 1 by n. So again, what is given, that we are going to write. Nth term is 1 by n. Am is equal to 1 by n is given. and nth term is 1 by m. Nth term is equal to 1 by m. These two informations are given. So we'll write out what will be mth term. According to the formula, a plus m minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by n is given. And writing this one now. So it will be equal to a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by m. Now what we have to do? Again we are doing the subtraction there. So here also minus will come, here also minus, and this one also will become negative. So a minus a will get cancel. Remaining what we are getting, m minus 1 into d minus n minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by n minus 1 by m. D is common in these two, so I am taking d common. Inside the bracket we will check what will remain. From here I have taken d common, so remaining is m minus 1. So from here also I took d common and minus sign is there. So it will become minus n plus 1 equal to, here we can do the cross multiplication. So it will be equal to m minus n by mn. Here minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancel. So we are getting d into m minus n is equal to m minus n by mn. Now m minus n at present here it is in numerator. If I will change the position, it will go to denominator. So it will be equal to m minus n by mn into m minus n. M minus n and m minus n will get cancelled. We will get the value of d as 1 by mn. So we got the value of d. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the value of a also. So substitute the value of d in any one of the equation. So suppose I am substituting in the first one which we wrote, a plus m minus 1 into d is equal to 1 by n. Now substitute the value of d. So it will be equal to a plus m minus 1 into 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. Now what I am doing? I am multiplying it by m minus 1. So it will be equal to m by mn minus 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. A plus, here m and m will get cancelled. Remaining it will be equal to 1 by n minus 1 by mn is equal to 1 by n. As we can check, 1 by n and 1 by n will get cancelled. So we will get here a is equal to 1 by mn. So we got d also equal to 1 by mn and a also is equal to 1 by mn. Now we have to prove mnth term is 1. Mnth term. Meaning what we want, as we are writing third term means a3. So mnth term means we want amn. It's not that we have to multiply the mth term and nth term. According to the formula, what will come? A plus mn minus 1 into d. Now substitute the value. Our value of a is 1 by mn plus mn minus 1 into d also is equal to 1 by mn. Now denominators are same, so directly we can add the numerator. In the numerator we have 1 plus mn minus 1 whole divided by mn. So 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled. We will get here mn by mn. So these two also will get cancelled. Answer will be equal to 1. That only we have to prove there. So usually these type of questions are asked in AP. So that's why I am giving you the practice. Some more questions we will do of this type. Next is, if pth term of an AP is Q. Pth term means AP. AP is equal to Q is given and Qth term is P. AQ is equal to P is given. So as we did in the previous one, what will come? AP? Yes, A plus P minus 1 into D is equal to Q. All of you write with me there. Huh? Then next is AQ. What will come? Yes, A plus Q minus 1 into D is equal to P is given. So as we did in the previous one, subtraction. Minus, minus, minus. A and minus A will get cancelled. Shall I take D common? Okay. D taken common. What will come inside the bracket? P minus 1. And I am multiplying it by negative sign also. So it will be equal to minus Q. Minus into minus plus 1 is equal to, right hand side it will be equal to Q minus P. Here minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. We will get D into P minus Q is equal to, now just to check here, here we have P minus Q. But here we have Q minus P. What is the difference in these two terms? Yes, difference of a negative sign only. So what I am doing to make them equal, I am taking the negative sign common from these two terms. So whenever we are taking a negative sign common, sign will change. Positive will become negative and negative will become positive. So minus P will become plus P and plus Q will become minus Q. Now P minus Q is multiplied by D. When we will change the position, it will get divided. P minus Q will get cancelled. Just to check, I haven't cancelled in this way. P and P cancelled, Q and Q cancelled. Not. The whole term P minus Q will get cancelled and we will get D is equal to minus 1. Clear? So we got D is equal to minus 1. To get the value of A, substitute in any one of the equation. So suppose I am substituting in first equation. So A plus P minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to Q. So remember we got D is equal to minus 1. Somewhere I am writing, D is equal to minus 1 we got. A multiplying by negative sign, so it will be equal to minus P, minus into minus plus 1 is equal to Q. So from here we will get A is equal to Q plus P minus 1. So the value of D is minus 1 and first term is Q plus P minus 1. Now what is asked in the question? Prove that it's nth term. Now we have to calculate the nth term of the AP. So according to the formula it will be equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now substitute the value. A is equal to, we wrote here, Q plus P minus 1 plus n minus 1 into value of D was equal to minus 1. So Q plus P minus 1, multiplying it by negative sign, so minus n plus 1. Minus 1 and plus 1 will get cancelled. We will get here Q plus P minus n. This only we have to prove there. Nth term is P plus Q minus n. So whenever these type of questions are there, you will not get the value of A and D in terms of numbers. Sometimes alphabets only will come there. Clear? Okay. So moving on to the next question. Question number 6 is, it was given m times the mth term of an AP. Again writing as it is given in the question. M times the mth term of an AP is equal to n times its nth term. We'll simplify it. After that we will check what we have to prove there. So m times the mth term of an AP, m into am will be equal to A plus m minus 1 into D is equal to n into, here we will get A plus n minus 1 into D. Now what we will do? We'll multiply here by m. So it will be equal to am plus multiplying it by m. So it will come m square minus m into D is equal to, here we will get an plus n I am multiplying inside. So it will be equal to n square minus n into D. Now what we will do, we'll shift all the expression to one side. So it will be equal to am plus m square minus m into d minus an minus n square minus n into d is equal to 0. Now what we will do, in which term a is there, that terms we will take a common, and in which term d is there, from there we will take d common. So from these two, what I am taking common? A. Inside the bracket what will remain? Yes, remaining will be equal to m minus n plus d also taking common from these two terms. So d taken common, here it is m square minus m. Here minus sign is there, so that will get multiplied. So we will get minus n square minus into minus plus n is equal to 0. D already written here. Now just we have to rearrange the term there. Here is the important step which you have to remember there. Plus d into the term in which square is there, that m square minus n square. We know the identity a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b. Similarly, m square minus n square can be written as m plus n into m minus n. So in place of these two I wrote in this way, and the remaining term, that is minus m and plus n, what I am doing, I am taking a negative sign common. Why taken? Because here m minus n is there. So in this term also I want m minus n. So that's why to make it m minus n, I took a negative sign common. So minus m will become plus m and plus n will become minus n equal to 0. Now just to check, this is the first term, we have m minus n here. This is the second term, here also we have m minus n, and this is the third term, here also we have m minus n. So what we will do, we will divide the whole equation by m minus n. So in the first term, m minus n will get cancelled, remaining it will be equal to a. In the second term, d into, here m minus n will get cancelled, remaining it will be equal to m plus n. And here also m minus n will get cancelled, remaining it will be equal to 1, equal to 0 we got. What we did, we divided it by m minus n. So using the information which is given in the question, we reached till here. Now we will check what we have to prove. Show that the m plus nth term of the AP is 0. Again, m plus nth term doesn't mean that you have to add mth term and nth term. What we have to find out? A, m plus n. So according to the formula, what will come? A plus n minus 1. So m plus n minus 1 into d. And just to check, in the previous one what we wrote? A plus d into m plus n minus 1 equal to what? Equal to 0. So directly we will write here, it is equal to 0. So these type of questions will come if you will keep on practicing there. So you can do the question by yourself. Then only this method will be clear to you. Now moving on to the last question. Question number 7. Question number 7 is, question is, at present we did the question multiple of 4. Here it was asked how many multiples of, how many numbers lie from 10 to 300. So we have to include 10 and 300 also according to the question, which when divided by 4 leaves a remainder 3. So the numbers from 10 to 300 we have to take, but the number should not be a multiple of 4. It should give the remainder 3 when we are dividing it by 4. So we'll check. If we will divide 10 by 4, what will come? Remainder 4 2s are 10. So it will not. Remainder will be equal to 2 there. Next what will come? Next number is 11. So if we will divide 11 by 4, 4 2s are 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Correct. 11 will give the remainder 3 when we will divide it by 4. So to get the next number, what we should do? Obviously, next number 11 plus 4 is 15. If you want, you can check it. If you will divide 15 by 4, 4 3s are 12, 5 minus 2, 3. So remainder is 3. So we want the numbers which gives the remainder 3 when we are dividing it by 4. So this side, okay. Now here also we have to check. First we can check what 300 will give if we will divide it by 4. 300 dividing it by 4. So 4 7s are 28, 10 minus 8, 2. Remainder will not come. It is completely divisible. We want the remainder 3 there. So next one. Next previous number is 299. Divided by 4. 4 7s are 28. 9 minus 8, 1. 9. 4. 4s are 16. 9 minus 6, 3. So we are getting the remainder 3 when the number is 299. So last number will be equal to 299. So this is our AP. Now how many numbers are there that we have to find out? How many numbers are there means what we have to find out? Yes, we have to find out the value of n. We have A is equal to 11, D is equal to 4 and nth term an is equal to 299. Now I am directly substituting the value A. A means that is 11 plus n minus 1 into 4 is equal to 299. So shall I shift 11 to right hand side? So it will be equal to n minus 1 into 4 is equal to 299 minus 11. So that will be equal to, yes, 288. Now what I can do? I can shift to 4 to right hand side. So n minus 1 is equal to 288 divided by 4. So I am writing the division directly. 4 7s are 28, 4 2s are 8. So we will get n is equal to 72 plus 1, 73. So 73 numbers are there between from 10 to 300, which gives the remainder 3 when divided by 4. So hope these questions are clear to you. Yes. So all of you please note down your homework. Your homework is exercise 5.2 from question number 12 to question number 20. Please do all the questions there, and in case of any doubt you can call me or you can send the message through WhatsApp. Thank you.